Welcome to the Take a Listing Today podcast, where our hosts Jim Studebaker and Todd Robertson give you strategies to get you out of the office right now so you can take a new listing today. And now, here's Jim and Todd.
Whoa. Hey, welcome to the Take a Listing Today podcast. I'm Jim Studebaker.
Todd Robertson in the house.
And of course, in the producer's corner is the producer, Lisa Gray. That works out very good. Welcome to our show today. If you want to interact with us, just click the little hand raising thing on the GoToWebinar, and we might put you live on the air. You can ask a question, or if you don't have a question and you just want to win something, we have somewhere here like a gift card, right? There we go.
A gift card?
Gift card, $25 for our sponsor, ProspectsPLUS.com. We have Todd's wonderful book. It's flying off of the bookshelves.
I think there's 6 of them left, right? 6
left, so you better call in soon, become a listing legend. And we have a couple of copies of Rossi's book, Dog Eat Dog. We might even give one of those away for you as well. So today's topic is very nice. Did you know there are 3 critical things that you should outsource as a real estate agent? At some point, you're going to become very busy. You need to outsource something. And I have a story. May I read it?
Go ahead and read the story, and I'm going to share with you or share with our people why this is important. But share the story first, because this will set the stage for them.
Okay, so here's the story. Business owner Karen has a yoga studio and a website where she sells yoga gear. But she's too busy to market her website and too frugal to hire somebody to help her. And what happens? Her business stagnates and she goes nowhere. Now, Karen is just like many small business owners who are failing at wearing all of the hats, yet they feel helpless to do anything about it. Does this sound familiar to you?
And the struggle is real, right? Because we know, for our real estate friends listening, and from us being in the real estate business, you have to put on different hats at certain times. You have to be the marketer. I have the marketer hat on. Then you have to put on the CEO hat. Oh, I've got to look at my ledger. Are we making money? Are we losing money? Then I have to put on the entrepreneur hat. And if we're not great at all of those things, let's just figure out what we're great at and outsource everything else.
If you're a one-man or a one-woman show, you've got to do all of those things. Right. So real estate is pretty much a one-man, one-woman thing, at least initially, right?
Yeah.
And wow, my watch is ringing. How about that?
Someone's calling in from your watch to be on the webinar.
Maybe. You figure with technology, when I put my phone on silent, I would put the watch on silent, but maybe not. All right. So many real estate agents have this very same challenge with their business. And in fact, Amy Vetter from Inc. magazine says there are times when it's crucial for your business to shift some workload to others so you can devote time to the areas that will grow your business the best.
And keep in mind, the reason this topic is important today, as you know from our title, is so we can help you get rid of everything else, work on what's important, which is just simply prospecting and going on appointments. So at the end of the day, you can seriously show up, go back to your office, and have a listing in your hand that day.
Exactly. So we're going to go over 3 things that you need to outsource if you really want to be a great success. Number 1 is your blogging. Hopefully you have a blog, right? Yes. Let's hope you have a blog.
Yes.
Well, maybe you should have, because 77% of internet users read blogs. That's a true stat. Small businesses with blogs generate 126% more leads than those who don't have a blog. Interesting content is one of the top 3 reasons people follow brands on social media. And 81% of consumers trust advice and information from blogs. And it keeps going.
One more stat, yep.
72% of consumers learn about a brand through articles instead of ads.
And I have to interject this because I know a lot of our listeners out there right now. Some of you are already doing this great. And if you are, respond back. We'd like to hear what you're doing in a successful way, because a lot of our listeners would need to hear that as well. Some people, I've heard them say, oh, I'm into blogs. I'm not into blogs. What if you looked at it this way to say, okay, I'm a real estate agent and there's a lot of competition out there. What little things can I do to simply stack the scales of success in my favor? These 3 things should be in that category.
Absolutely. So here's the best way for an agent to compete with the first page on your Google search results, you need to publish lots of hyperlocal content to your blog. Here are some blogging best practices in case you don't have them. First of all, you need to post at least once a week. More often is better, as an expert would recommend to you. For Google to consider your content valuable enough for first page placement, it needs to be long, at least 1,000 words. And according to Sam Hollingsworth from Search Engine Journal, who knew there even was a thing called Search Engine Journal, right? Wow.
He didn't even know until he invented it, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I guess there's a journal for everything now.
Right.
The average content length for a page one Google search result is 1,900 words. Now, do you really have time to pound out 1,900 words every week?
No.
The answer should be no, because you're out prospecting and presenting and closing, right? So it's time to outsource your blogging project to a professional writer who has some expertise in your industry, and that person can write your blog. Yes, it costs money, but the fees are tax deductible. Contact your tax advisor to make sure it really is. And if you hire the right person, you'll see a definite return on your investment.
And that right person will get to know your personality, get to know your strengths, get to know what identity you want to create during this blogging. So you could have this as an ongoing process that you're building. And what's the old saying? People believe what they read in print. So if they go to find you, and they can find you 4 different places, wow, your credibility just went way up.
That's right, exactly. Following websites, here's some websites that offer freelancers with a specialty in writing blog articles for the real estate industry. We have freelancer.com, we have upworks.com, and we have writeraccess.com. So check all 3 of those out. All right, so number 1 was blogging. Number 2, outsourcing your social media tasks.
Ooh, how many realtors out there, or how many people listening, get sucked into the social media vortex, right? If you're not using it right, this could eat up 2 or 3 hours of your day. So we're going to help you get strong here in terms of building it for your business and outsourcing it, so they're helping you brand while you're out prospecting.
So with social media, here are some more statistics for you. And you better understand all of these. Did you know that 23% of sellers under the age of 36 stated they were more likely to work with agents who were on social media? Only 19% of sellers 37 to 51 felt that way. So the younger the sellers are, the more they're going to count on the social media to see if you're really a good player or not.
And what does that tell us? It says a couple of things. It says stay humble. It says do whatever you have to, so someone's going to find you, they can find you. And always be adapting, constant, never-ending improvement. If we get to the point where we think we've arrived, the show's over, and someone's going to run us over and dominate that market, dominate that area.
Right, and it's not enough to have the biggest billboard in town or the biggest park bench. Now you have to have the biggest social media in town. So get with the times, guys. A study also shows that 50% of the agents who make over $100,000 per year reported a strong presence on social media. And they update all of their social media sites at least once per week. In addition, a third of these high-income earners have over 1,000 Facebook followers. Is that different than a friend?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay. How many friends should they have?
Well, at least 1,000 if they want to be
1,000
a top
friends?
producer.
Okay. I don't think I know 1,000 people, so.
I'd shoot for 1,000 followers. Well, and this is all about content too, right?
Right.
It starts out. It's kind of like your sphere when you're an agent at first. It's about friends, family, anybody you can think of, your child's teacher. Eventually it becomes the prospects that you found while you've been out there canvassing or in response to your marketing, inbound prospects or you out in the field. Then you start adding all of that. Then you start adding your past clients and you build something. So social media is the same thing, right? In the beginning, maybe your mom's following you, like when our podcast first started. But eventually...
All of our parents.
Can you see it's my mom that follows me? Okay. I didn't know that.
But eventually... Yeah, you have her nose. But eventually, you've got because your content is so good, right? And that is going to happen more often when you're working with experts in the field. When you're working with an expert, social media expert, a writer who writes specifically for the real estate industry. These are experts. You're going to have really great content that's going to draw people in, and you're going to go from the 1, 2, 3 people following you to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 because they're getting educational content, informational content. They want to come back.
All right.
And you'll be indirectly promoted, like on Facebook, if people share it and other things happen.
Absolutely.
So there's steamroll that will happen here for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. And the final statistic here, 84% of top producing agents have Twitter accounts and YouTube channels. All right.
It's a lot of stuff to be doing.
It is a lot of stuff to be doing. It's stuff that's not really having to do with anything with selling and listing real estate, right?
No.
So that's why
Trust
you need to
building.
outsource it.
Trust building, that's what it
Yeah,
is.
Trust building.
Trust building. So clearly, social media marketing is critical to your success if you want to become one of these top producing agents. However, it's also a time-stealing task that is better handed off to somebody else. If you have room in your budget, hiring a social media manager is a brilliant idea. This person will not only promote your blog posts on social media, but they'll come up with a social media campaign that includes ads, contests, and other real estate lead generating tactics.
And on that note, by the way, and I've done some homework on this as we were getting ready, the more engagement you can have, the better. There are some influencers out there, influencers who will take an hour out of their week or 2 hours out of their week and make sure they respond to every single person who's replied,
Right.
because the algorithm for Facebook and Insta and all that stuff is going to make more sense because it's real, it's organic.
Yeah. No, that's an important point. If you're going to be on social media and you've got people leaving comments, please take the time to reply. That's
Right.
huge. That's
Yeah.
huge. Again, trust building. This is all about trust building, right?
Trust.
And, if you're one of those guys who lack the funds for a social media manager, just consider hiring a virtual assistant. And that virtual assistant can help you with some of that stuff. You can find a lot of virtual assistants online on platforms such as Upwork.com or by Googling real estate virtual assistant. Now, the beauty of hiring a virtual assistant is that he or she can handle other repetitive tasks for you, like updating your CRM and responding to emails and transaction coordination, great things like that. So that was number two. Number two, social media. Number three, the final great, brilliant idea.
Number three is a tough one, though.
It's going to make the cost of today's podcast worth it. It is outsourcing your CRM management. To most agents, the CRM is the lifeblood of the real estate business. It's the tool that helps agents consistently build and maintain relationships.
And if not used correctly, this is one of the biggest money leaks for a professional real estate out there, because we hear it all the time. Oh, how big's your CRM? Oh, it's incredible. How often do you stay in touch? Oh, it's too overwhelming. How long have you been in that mode? Years. So that means they've been stalled and paralyzed. So let's take this topic, let's outsource it, so now it's making us money.
That's right, because it takes a lot of time to keep this up and running. So relationships, those are the name of the game, right? Well, HubSpot states it takes a big chunk of time to maintain your database. In addition, over 27% of salespeople who took part in a HubSpot study said they spent more than an hour a day on data entry work instead of on selling. You don't want to do that, right? That 1 hour away from your daily activities can only be done by you. The 1 hour, that
Oh,
1
wait.
hour away from daily activities that can only be done by you, like prospecting. Your book was distracting me, Todd. I'm sorry.
Sorry, it fell over. We need a book stand, okay?
That's a worn book. It won't stand up anymore.
Right. But that's going to help
Right.
the next 6 sell, because they saw it. They're going to be
Exactly.
like, okay, there's 6
Well,
more. I got them. Yeah.
right.
No, there's 5, because we have the 6th one here.
Right, the 6th one is here. So
Kind of bent up.
if we run out, we will send you the book that we use as a prop right here.
Exactly.
So that 1 hour that you're using in your CRM should be spent having coffee with a past client or calling warm leads or working your sphere. You've got to be doing something better than typing stuff into a CRM. So how much revenue do you think is lost each year because agents don't have the time to keep up with the CRM maintenance or understanding that they need to hire help? Oh, here's another study. Studies show top producing agents, like those earning $100,000 per year or more, spent 22% more time on their CRM database than agents who earn less than $35,000. They do this by determining exactly what they need to have done with their CRM and when. Then they outsource the management of this critical tool. There is the key. They're outsourcing it. Here's a list of CRM maintenance that you can outsource to somebody. First of all, implementing customer segmentation based on niche markets, past clients, inbound leads versus prospecting leads, etc. Adding new contents and leads on an ongoing basis. adding notes and updates on your contacts, updating leads according to their location in the pipeline, and scheduling follow-ups, direct mail marketing campaigns, phone calls, and visits. The time is now to start the process of finding and hiring somebody for this important work. A virtual assistant knowledgeable in the use of popular CRM platforms would be the ideal hire for you.
And I was going to say, in this day and age we live in, outsourcing these three things is very, very doable. It's not going to be difficult. Where 5 or 10 years ago it was, but there are people out there that just do these things. And if we're telling the truth to say, okay, as a professional real estate agent, what do we really get paid to do is people like the busy work, the feel good work. But if they boil it all down to, they are going to delegate and outsource so they get to the point where they really are just prospecting and going on appointments, working high priority activities, and having everybody else help them. And now their business is going to go astronomical once that's in place.
Right. A high income real estate agent is not doing busy work.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. They know better. Zero. Yep.
That's clear from the statistics throughout this.
Those were some great statistics. So, to recap, can anybody remember number one that you should outsource? It is blogging. Yes. Lisa.
Unfortunately, you cannot win a prize because you are the executive producer, but
Darn it.
Yep.
However-
No prize, but we will give you a bell. There we go. All right, perfect.
That or a gold star. I'll take either.
All right. Number two thing you should outsource is
House cleaning?
not house cleaning. No. Oh, sorry. Number two was, of course, your
Trying to slip that in.
social media.
Social,
All right,
yes.
social media. Perfect. And number three, we just said it, so it should be easy. Your CRM. Yes. All right, perfect. So,
And if you have a little money left over in the budget,
housekeeping.
yes.
Yes, you should have a clean house. That is true. So by outsourcing these three tasks, you'll free up more time to spend on activities only you can do, like establishing, building, and maintaining your relationships.
No more busy work. No more chatting around the water cooler. No more having a conversation with somebody who will not buy or sell from you during the day, and start outsourcing so we can help you dominate this business and not just survive.
Yes. Did we miss anything?
Nope, that was wonderful. We've got it.
Perfect.
I'm excited for everyone. Put these into action and these three tasks, and then follow up with us. Email us. Let us know how you've done. We'd love to put your email on the air or put you on the air talking about your success.
Exactly.
All right. Well, there you go. If you'd like to be part of our audience for our next taping, go to our website, which is takealistingtoday.com. And you can view the dates of our next tapings and sign up. You'll have a chance to go on the air and win some great prizes. Of course, the Take a Listing Today podcast is brought to you by ProspectsPLUS, offering all kinds of marketing products to help you ensure your success. Please like our podcast and subscribe. I think we make a little bit more money when you do that. And we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you for tuning in.